Thank you. Good morning, everybody from Germany, today near Nuremberg. So I'm on the road and only have my laptop, so I hope everything will successfully happen. So I'm very excited to have this session today. My first session this year, I think, in English. On the second one, I hope everybody understands me. So if you have any questions, feel free to just get in the session and ask your questions. So maybe or hopefully I can answer them successfully. Yeah, managing stuff with Microsoft Shift in Teams, really exciting. This is going. It comes from Microsoft Staff Hub. Maybe you know it in the past. And now it's fully integrated in Microsoft Teams. There are several updates already, and we want to look what we can do with Microsoft Shift in Teams. So just gonna start a little bit about me. On the right corner, you can see the QR code. So if you want to get connected with me on LinkedIn, feel free to use the QR code. I'm a consultant since many years with focus on Microsoft 365. Many companies I've helped to onboard and roll out Microsoft 365, migrating workloads to the cloud and something like that. But the fact I do best is adoption and change management in the companies. I'm so the glue between the staff and the IT, so I can manage the processes and the teams. So this is what I do since many years. Okay, let's start with the session because we only have 40 minutes. I hopefully get all the stuff I can tell you in this 40 minutes. What is Microsoft Shifts? First of all, this is the definition from Microsoft. Shifts in Microsoft Teams is a schedule management tool that helps you create, update, and manage schedules for your team. So this is right, but you can do this with all your classical shifts. So you have a schedule where you have 2 or 3 time shifts where you manage your staff. This is very easily, you can do this with Microsoft Shifts, but I think if you think a little bit around the corner, you can use Microsoft Shifts totally for other aspects, like maybe everything what has to do with task or topic related things where you have to assign people or staff to tasks or topics. You can use also Microsoft Shifts, or everything else what has in any kind to be scheduled or managed by persons or resources. This can also be maybe you have a construction company and you have to manage your consultants or your workers, and beneath the workers you have to manage the cars they have to take to drive to the clients and make the work. So this is also a management what you can do with Microsoft Shifts. So just if you have anything you have in any kind to be managed by persons or resources, you can maybe do this with Microsoft Shifts. But there are some prerequisites for using Microsoft Shifts in your Microsoft 365 tenant. This is a little bit technically, but we have to do this to use Microsoft Shifts. First of all, you need a Microsoft 365 Business, Standard, Premium, or an Enterprise or academic version of the license of the plans, or it's Office 365. It has to be an activated option in the licensing form in the admin center. This is what you can see here. You have to turn on Microsoft Staff Hub, the old naming for shifts in Teams, and you have to activate it in the Microsoft Teams Admin Center. Sorry for the screenshot; they are all in German, but the thing is, it's the same in English where you can find it. So in the English version, you have it's managing apps in the Teams apps, and there you can find shifts. But this is in the standard, you can use shift out of the box. So, but if it doesn't work, you have to check if these prerequisites are already switched on. So let's see, how does it work? Microsoft Shifts, first of all, before you can assign somebody a shift, you need a schedule where you can assign the shifts and manage the stuff in that. So first of all, we need to create a schedule in a team, mostly in a Microsoft Teams team. And this can only be done by the owners of a team. So you have to be an owner of a team to create a schedule. Then you can create shifts and assign these shifts to any staff members you want. And then you have to publish the schedule. This is mandatory to publish or to announce the assignments and the changes you do in your schedule. So if you don't publish the schedule after you changed anything, the changes won't be published and nobody knows about it. Then you can assign the shifts to the staff member, publish the schedule, and the staff members get the notification about the forthcoming shifts. But the next hint, only if you have the mobile app of Teams, because the notification in the Teams app on the desktop or in the browser is not optimal. We will see this later and how we can deal with it. So, and if the staff member has its shift, and if you configured clock in and clock out, the staff member can clock in if his shift begins, and if the shift is over, he can clock out. This is not mandatory. You can configure it so you have really a clock where everybody can clock in or clock out, and you can use geo location, so you can get the location from where the staff member clocks in or clocks out. Oh, there's just a translation. How it works, you can request and manage time off slots in Microsoft Shift for Teams. So if somebody wants to get on vacation or he feels sick, you can manage these time off slots, and shifts can be switched with other staff members upon request. You can configure that you don't want that, but in the standard it's so that a staff member can switch his shift with another staff member if he wants to have a free day or something like that. But it's every request the member starts has to be approved by a manager. So they can't do this without the knowledge of or without the approval of the manager. So let's see at the schedules. We will hopefully do this next in the demo. What is a schedule? You see it in the left side. If you are in Microsoft Teams, you can choose with the 3 dots. Maybe it's Microsoft Shifts. Then you got this icon. This is in German. It doesn't matter. So if you have a schedule created, only an owner can create a schedule in his team. Then you can divide this schedule in several groups if it's necessary or for comfort for you. So in this schedule, you see we have two groups. And this use case is like we have in our company. We have a big floor, and on the floor, on the left side, we have a little kitchen, and on the right side, we have a little kitchen. And this is the divided groups, kitchen left, kitchen right. So in this, on the left floor, for the left kitchen, there are several members who are responsible. It's responsible to manage the kitchen. So they have to clean or put the dishes in the dishwasher, check if the coffee machine has enough coffee and something like that. This is all the stuff they have to do in the kitchen. And every week, another staff member is responsible for the kitchen. So this is a very, very good use case for us to use Microsoft Shifts. So in every week, we got a shift for every staff member to get the responsibility for the kitchen. Then we have, after the groups, we assign the right people to the groups. Like these staff members are working on the left floor side, and these people working on the right floor side, so they are responsible for the right kitchen. It doesn't make sense that these two people are responsible for the kitchen on the left side if they are working on the right side. So this is a good thing to use the groups, dividing the shifts in one or more sections. Then to the shifts, you can create shifts. This is the dialog. If you create a new shift, you can. We will see this in the demo on the next time. This is a shift. You can take another color like blue or green or yellow, what you want. You can create different shifts for sure. If you have more than one things to do in a time slot or in a group, so you can make a shift, different shift for all the things you have to do. And the shift can be assigned to more than one staff member. This is this one. This is a time slot. I think I don't have it in my head, but we will see it in the demo. I think you can assign a shift to six staff members. So if you have a shift for things that do one or more staff members, you can assign it for more than one, maximum 6, and you don't have to create 6 different shifts for the same thing they have to do. So just one thing, and you can assign it more than one person. You can also create the break times in these shifts. So if you say our shift is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., it's 9 hours, but in these 9 hours, there are also 30 or 60-minute break time that won't be paid. So shifts will handle that in the background. Then you can assign some notes. This is only for information. What is this shift about? Maybe some hints or something like that. And you can create activities for the shift. These are recurrent tasks or activities that you can assign, or that will come back every shift you assign a staff member. So this can be activities or tasks like everyday tasks, like clean the coffee machine, wash the dishes, check paper in the printer or something like that. Everything you want, you have to recurrent activities in a shift. You can put them in a shift and they will come back every time you assign this shift to any person. And this is the activities in a shift. You can just name it here. You can give it a color. It's green or blue or something like that. Then you can also make a time slot when the staff has to do this activity or task. And you can say, is the activity paid or is it unpaid? So you can see this like a checklist or something like that, where activities are listed that has to be done in this shift by these peoples, something like that. Okay. And there you can see our use case. We have our kitchen on the left side, kitchen on the right side, and maybe you know Megan Bowen. She has the shifts for this week. She is responsible for the kitchen on the left side in this week because she has the assigned shift for this week. On the right side, we have Patty and Jordan, and there was a swap. So Patty don't want to the shift on Monday and requested a swap with Jordan. This was approved by manager, so the shift goes from Patty to Jordan. How this works, we will see this right in the demo. Okay, this is the assignment of the shifts to the staff members. And here you can see they are on the top, there are open shifts. If there are shifts that are not assigned to any people, and you can do this at the owner, that you say, okay, I assign the shift to a person or a staff member, or you can make in the settings that these staff members can grab shifts that are in the open shifts for themselves. But you can also say, no, I don't want that. I'll do that as an owner. So I can assign an open shift, something like that. Then if you have done any changes, or maybe you have assigned some open shifts, there you can see there is a little star. Here it's on the 6th September. So there you can see that there are changes that are not already published. And if you want that these changes are published, you have to publish this. If you do not publish the changes, they won't work with your team. So, and if you want to publish these changes, you can make a choice if you want to inform the whole team of the shift schedule, or only these team members who have the changes, where the changes were made. So in this case, only Patty, because Patty was assigned a new shift. So this is only for these people who have the changes. Then you can publish the changes, and then everything will be notified, so that is published and will work. In the settings of the schedule, you can set the time zone, maybe if you are not in another time zone than your staff worker. So every shift will get the right time for the member in his time zone. You can say which day is the first day of the week. In this case, it's Sunday or Monday. Then there is a possibility to, if you have maybe weekly or monthly shifts that are already the same, you can copy them to the next month, maybe, and you don't have to assign them every time new. So if you copy it, they are already assigned to the people on the month before, and you only have to publish it and everything is fine. So if it's a month or it's a week, you can copy these shifts so you don't have to assign it every time new. Then here is if you copy a shift, do the activities or the task you have defined in your shift, should they be copied also, or do you only want to copy the shift without the activities? So in the standard, it's on, because if you have activities in a shift, you want that these activities are copied if you copy the shift. This is what I already said. If you have open shifts, do you want that all staff members can see this open shift and can request to take one or more of these open shifts, or do I only want to do this at an admin or like an owner from a schedule? Then for the request, you can say what possibilities are requests for time off, things like vacancy, or I'm sick, or I want an off time, unpaid, or maybe here in German it's if you have a child, you can take parent time, which is paid by the government. So you can request it, but you also can make your own time off request if you want. If you can take a custom option. And this is the last time is a time clock. So you can say in my schedule, I want a time clock for clock in, clock out, or I don't need that. So this is the request if somebody wants to request a swap maybe from a shift, and this is what we already saw in the picture before. In this case, Megan wants to swap a shift on the September 10th, and she wants to swap this with the September 11th. This is a Friday, so you can see the underpoint numbers are where the Megan has assigned shifts. And on the 11th September, this shift, Jordan Miller has already a shift, which can be swapped. And then she makes the request on the notice. This is for the who will get the notification that there is a shift request. And here in German, it's can we swap our shift because I want to have the free time. And then this is what comes on the other side. In this case, Patty and the manager says, so Megan wants to swap these shift with this shift. Can we swap this? And then as a manager, you can say, yes, you can, or you can decline this. And then this will be approved or declined. So this is really simple, but we will see this in the demo, right? Next thing you have for managing shifts and teams, you can already use the mobile Teams app. Every shift you will see in your Teams app, so you have everything on in your pocket if you have the Teams app on your mobile. You can do all functionality. What you can do in the desktop or browser app, you can do it in the mobile app. So you can, this is in German, but in the settings, there is a point for shifts. And there you can swap on the option for notifications. And there you can say, when do you want to get a notification or reminders for your shifts. So 1 hour till, I think the max is 24 hours before your shift start, you will get a reminder in the mobile app that your shift is going to start. And this is the hard pain point with Microsoft Shift. In the desktop app or in the browser, you do not really get a notification for your forthcoming shift. So you have to deal with it. Maybe we will see how we can do this with Microsoft Flow or something like that. We have created a flow to get notified if there is a shift for forthcoming staff members, so nobody can say, "Oh, I didn't know that I have a shift." But in the mobile app, and this is the recommendation, if you use Microsoft Shift in Teams, prepare your staff members to use the mobile app because they will get notified out of the box. So next time, this is the bottlenecks or what we have now in Microsoft Shift. We only can have one schedule per team. So if you have to manage or to deal with more than one schedule in the same team, maybe you can do this with different groups in this schedule. So it's possible to assign the same staff member to more than one group in this schedule. This might be a possible solution, or if it doesn't work, you have to create a new team with the same staff members and create an additional schedule in this new team. Only owners of a team can create and manage schedules. I said that already. You have to make the people who should manage the schedules to owners of the team. There's no connection to Exchange Online. This is very, very important. So if you manage or if you assign shifts to staff members, no function in the background who blocks the calendar or something like that of the staff member because there's no connection. So this is very important if you have scheduled more than one schedule for the same persons. There is no job in the background who proves if the staff member already has a shift assigned in the other schedule. So this is not a real resource management out of the box. You can't connect this out of the box with your Exchange calendar and your out of office maybe and something like that. You have to do this with something like Microsoft Flow or automation. Is there a plan to enable external accounts or guests? In my opinion, I don't think so. I haven't seen this on the roadmap. Maybe it's already a feature on user voice. So if you want to use it with guests or external, you have to assign the license. Okay, these are the bottlenecks. And what I already said, if you change something in your schedule, you have to publish it. If you don't publish it, it won't be accepted. So there is no change. Every time you change something, you have to publish it. This is very, very important. And the notifications are only in the mobile app. Can it be published on group level? No, you can't publish it on group level. You can publish it in the entire team or only people who belong to the changes. So if there are only 2 people because you have swapped maybe 2 shifts, only these 2 people will get notified that there are changes in the shift or in the schedule. So also like, yeah, sure, it would be nice to have, I'm sure. So I want you to check the user voice. There are many user voices already, also for Microsoft Shifts, like connection for connection to the Exchange calendar and something like that. Just check the user voice and give your voice for the most rated features. So they will be in the next round. They will be created by Microsoft and released. So they hear your voice. In my opinion, the owner can skip the publishing step if changes. I can't read this, right? I have to check this. In my opinion, the owner can skip the if done through the mobile app. Oh, this I can't prove that. I can't. I have to check this. I can't really answer this right now. Thanks for the hint. I will check this later. I don't know really now. Next time, pimp my shift. I already said that how we did this in our use case. I will show you that it's very. Oh, why doesn't it? Why wasn't it translated? I will translate. Sorry for that. You can pimp your shift with Power Automate, so you make a flows like something what we've done for notification. It's we have adaptive cards in Microsoft Teams, so every time in our kitchen, if you if we take our kitchen use case, every morning the system will check if there are any shifts in this schedule, and if there are shifts, get the user who has this shift, the staff member, and post a flow adaptive card in Microsoft Teams for this user. Hey, your shift is going to be start today. Please keep in mind that you have to do whatever. I will show you that in the browser version. Oh, this is not. This is what I want to. I just make this session and then I'll answer the questions. This is the adaptive card we have done with our kitchen use case. So what I already shown in the PowerPoint, every morning at 7:50, the system checks if there are shifts that will be for today in this team, and if there is a shift, get the user details and post an adaptive card for this user in his Teams. And you can see here in my Microsoft Teams client on the flow, there is a flow Moderation Verantwortungscard. This is where you get the notification. Hello, Andreas. Today it's your shift. Blah 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 blah. So nobody can say I didn't know that I have a shift today. So you can, in the Power Automate flow, you can say it's today or it's 1 week before or 10 hours before. So you are free to check which time slot you will get notified. So you can make this that everybody gets notified. How can we do this? We'll go now in the demo and we will create all this stuff. I think here in my demo tenant, I have a Teams Fest team with the general, and what we now want to do is to create a new schedule. So you see here, create a new schedule in Teams Fest in my team. Create. I can say which time zone. This is my next. Confirm. And so we have already created a schedule in the background. So you can see if you create a schedule, you will always see one group with unnamed. You can rename this. Maybe we can say we'll take this use case kitchen, or what you for what you also can use the shift for your vacancy. If you use shifts for vacancy or vacations, you never ever need paper again. You have a company-wide vacancy calendar in shifts. This is endless. It's about the next 40 years you can use. So maybe we can take this one and we say this is back office, maybe. This is our schedule for the vacancy. This is the group back office. And we can say we can assign people, like add people, and then we said Megan has to be in this back office. Maybe it's Deborah, and we have Adele. This is all. These are all my back office people for the vacation. So here we have the button to add a group. Maybe we say this is first line worker, and there we could put the people at all. So because we're only hurry in time, we can check here for settings. Start of the week, we say it's Monday. Include shift activities. Yes, I don't want that my employees can assign the shift because it's a vacation calendar or shift schedule. So they can make a request and we can then approve or decline it. We don't need the time tracking, but it's really simple. If you want to use clock in, clock out, you say begin setup. You can location detection, integration. So you have to enter your coordinates. If you want that the geolocation will be included in your clock in, clock out, and you turn on, so it's done. This is all. So it's really easy to get the time clock working. Okay, here is the section for requests. So you can make a new request. You can say I need a time off, or I want to swap my shifts, or I want to offer a shift I have. If there's nothing you can swap, so you can say, oh, maybe there's somebody who wants to get my shift. But these we won't do in the next time. So we have no shift. Maybe we can add a shift. We'll take this because it's for recreation. We'll make it pink and we'll say this is vacation and this is a whole day. You can make a shift a whole day. There are no shift nodes. And there's no activity in your vacation. So here's the possibility to say we only want to have this for one person. We want this for 6 person. In the vacation calendar, it's not necessary. So we want to say save. This is for vacation. It's a very so if Megan wants to have a vacation, she says time off and says from the 12th October to the 30th at all day, vacation, save. And then there is a request. Hello? Huh? What happens? Ah, sorry. Just the right week. There you can see she has requested a vacation. You see the little star because it's not published. So there is, if you share with team, there you can see your entire team, only the affected team members only. And there's you can see this little star because Megan has requested a vacation. So there you can see this is, if you have this with your entire company, you can see very easy managing your vacation in your in Microsoft Shift, and you can also say, okay, let's show me a month, so you can see it in right in your overview the whole month for your vacation. And this is very, very easy to make a vacation calendar, because you can make it every day to every year. It's endless. It's it doesn't matter if it's 2020 or 2025. So feel free to check this for vacation. So this in the very, very short demo. So I want to switch now. Maybe I hopefully can answer all your questions. In my experience, the owner can skip the publishing steps. I will check this in after the session, because I don't really know that. What about?
Would you like me to? Sorry, would you like me to read you some of the questions from the chat?
Oh, okay, this would be fine. So I can show it in the demo.
Yeah, I think that'll be better. So first up, we had a couple or a few questions. Heidi is asking if you have anything to share in terms of Shift's roadmap and any future plans of the product.
Oh, not really. In my mind, we can switch to the roadmap for Microsoft, for the official roadmap in Microsoft. That we can do it just roadmap Microsoft 365. Up.
Yeah, I think in the question that there was a comment that it was not that many features in the roadmap. So if there was anything else that you knew about, maybe some news from Ignite or
no, I don't have any more news than already officially proposed. So I'm sorry. Just the official one from the roadmap.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question then. Amy had a couple of questions. First, she wants to know if there are plans to enable external accounts or guests in Shifts.
I didn't see that on the roadmap. Maybe it's or it's definitely in the user voice, I know, and it's high rated. So I think it will coming, but I don't know when or how, in which case. But if you want to get these external, you have to assign a license. Then you can take them in your schedule.
Okay, cool. And she also wants to know if it's possible to add a file in Shift tasks.
No, you can't. You only can add activities. You can't in the Shift itself. You can't add any files, but you can you could in the past in Staff Hub you could upload files for the day, but you can't do this now in Shifts, not yet. It will be able in the future.
Okay, thank you for that. And finally, she also asked, or she's interested to know how to change the date format, because it's probably an American date format. So if you have the day and the month and the year, is that possible, and something you could demo?
This is sure. I now have the English language schema. So if you change your language or your app language, it will show the right date in your language zone. No, it's not language zone. So your regionals, if you change the region in your tenant. So I can show you maybe here in my German tenant. We will see if I have here in shifts. Hopefully I'll take this one. This is old. If I take a new OpenShift, you can see this is the German format. So, oh, I'm sorry. He. You can do this. So you can see if you change your regional format, you will see that it will be changed already the regional format to the date. Next.
I think those are all the questions we have in the chat. But if anyone has a question, feel free to share in the chat, or raise your hand to come off to ask to come off mute.
Nobody? Maybe I can just show a little bit in the automation, because this is for notifications really, really difficult in Shift. So we take power out a flow, and if you want to take flow, you can see there's a own connector for Microsoft Shifts, and you can use shifts as a trigger. And as you can see, when a shift is created or something like that, you can use them to take a trigger, or also you can take shifts as for actions, like approve a swap shift, time off, something like that. So you can see there are many things you can use Power Automate to get your shifts or schedules automated, or for the notification, because this is very difficult at the moment in the desktop or browser app. You only get notified in the mobile app. Any questions? There's something that the color would be with text like in Planner. I don't really know what you mean with the color would be with the text in Planner. The shift? Well, you can get every color you want in your shift. So there is, maybe this would be possible to take the, do you mean the same colors like in the Planner? Like the labels for text? Well, you see, there are many colors you can choose for the shifts, but instead of yellow, it would be okay. I'm sorry, I don't get it. Okay, I'm still here. So if you have questions, feel free, just unmute and ask them directly.
Actually, Andreas, I think we're just about at time. So thank you so much for sharing with us your expertise, and it's great to see how we can use shifts inside